My soul bows to your soul. Good to see you, spiritually. I'd like to ask you a question. Where are you on the yoga path? Is it a chore for you, or is it a high point of the day? If it's a chore for you, you're just beginning. You're trying to establish and make room for yoga in your life. Our mind has certain thoughts about what yoga is supposed to be like. Our mind doesn't know what yoga is going to be like. Our mind is limiting. Very often, our mental view gets in the way. We don't make room in our mind to actually experience yoga and live in yoga. So it's a chore going from all the other things we could be doing to having a little time each day to enjoy some yoga, to enjoy and develop the harmony of body, mind, and spirit. I was blessed to meet a top executive of one of the world's largest tire companies. And it was a wonderful chance meeting set up by friends. And it was a pleasure to talk with the man. He had just taken up meditation, and he was going to give me some advice on advertising and marketing, this kind of thing. So he said, the problem with yoga is it's a chore. He says, I sell tires. Nobody wants to buy tires. They have to buy tires or they can't travel anywhere. So that's similar to yoga. It's going to be so beneficial that they have to do it, but they don't want to do it. So as a result, he said, I haven't come to the point where I am enjoying this. I just know it's good for me and I have to do it. If you are such a person, open your mind and heart. You haven't made room for yoga in your life. You have to make room for yoga to be good to you and for you to enjoy yoga. Very often the preconceptions we have in our mind defeat our endeavor. Yoga should be giving me this benefit now, and it should be pleasing me and soothing me right now, and where's the peace? And no room. If you are mentally unprepared and not willing to give yoga room, you're not going to get it. You're not going to succeed in meditation or postures or any part of yoga. You have to make room. And the conceptions that the mind has about what's supposed to happen in yoga are ignorant. The mind is so busy preventing yoga from happening in you and to you. So this is an important point. Very often you don't succeed in yoga because the mind has preconceptions of what is supposed to happen. And the mind's always judging, is this worth my time? Or can I possibly do this? I'm not this kind of person. You have to make room. If you do, soul, which you already have, and spirit, which is already surrounding you, can move and express, but not if the mind is forever wondering, is this spirit? Is this samadhi? Or is this the harmony of body, mind, and spirit? You just have to give it room. Just like we have to buy tires, we have to give yoga room. So he was saying, I'm too tired in the morning, and I'm too tired at night. I'm too busy. I'm too distracted and preoccupied. I'm too tense. I'm too stiff. I'm too uncomfortable. I'm too sleepy or too anxious. And meditation is boring, frankly. Is this your situation? Then you're just in the early stage because you haven't made room for yoga yet. You got to let it happen. You're going through the burdens of building a new foundation. You're building a great work here, a great temple, a beautiful temple that you will cherish and treasure. But I'll tell you this, yoga does become great fun. You live in love, joy, and the bliss comes. Well, the peace comes first, and that's pretty astonishing. You're just not troubled. You can deal with problems, but you're not troubled. And that's a marvelous experience. But then bliss comes, ecstasy. You don't believe you could possibly have ecstasy, and make room for it. You can have ecstasy. And ever new joy, called Ananda, ever new joy, is even better than the bliss. Light can fill your brain and your whole awareness. Brilliant, beautiful light. Meditating becomes a highlight of your day, a privilege to sit down and meditate. Just think, I get to meditate now. Spirit or essence becomes real to you. It's no longer a theory. You're actually experiencing spirit. You discover your true self, the self you've always yearned to be, your core being. There it is. You're centered in it. Your daily life becomes a divine play. You're aware of spirit moving and expressing in your life, in your house, in your car, wherever you go. In order to enter intermediate and advanced stages of yoga, you have to give it room. Even in the intermediate stage, you'll still be limiting the advanced stage, and you won't be giving it room. In the intermediate stage, once again, you have to give room to further or higher states of consciousness beyond. So much of yoga is about receiving, being a receptive person. You need to open and make room. And generally, our mind tries to preside over the process. And the ego wants to control higher states of consciousness. The ego is the problem. It has to get out of the way for the higher states of consciousness. But the ego thinks it should run everything. You don't have it. The ego doesn't admit to this charge. But the ego, the sense of self, is always trying to control and expect and demand or require. Yoga becomes more and more, as you move from beginning to intermediate, it becomes more and more a receiving and holding and shining of endless light. So I'd like to quote a rabbi. Rabbi David Aaron says it in his book, The Kabbalah. He says it so well. You know, he loved his apartment and he loved his den and the privilege of working there and writing. But their daughter is about to be born. And where are we going to put her? Where does she, in our small apartment here in Old Jerusalem, where will our daughter be? And his wife says, well, of course, she'll be in the den. This requires a lot of sacrifice because that den may have been his favorite place. If you want a daughter, where will she live? You have to make room for this blessed life that's coming into your house. So, what you wish to have in your life, he says, what you wish to have in your life, you have to make room for. You want a loved one, a partner? You'll have to make room. Want knowledge, truth? You'll have to make room. Want health? You have to make room. Want friends? You have to make room. Wealth, happiness? You need to make room. Yoga, you have to make room. I guess you're getting the point. Isn't it fascinating that there was no room for Mary and Joseph, no room where Jesus Christ could be born? Well, you'll have to go to the stables, the barn with the animals. No room, no room. So Rabbi Aaron and the Kabbalah make some profound, glorious points about receiving and accommodating love. Do you want to? You really want to love? It's going to involve some receiving and some continuously having room for a loving life. If you're self-centered, the rabbi says, if you're self-centered, you're not ready for love because you have no room. Love is like a hug, he says. Both open their arms to one another in order to hug. Both have to have space in order to hug and embrace. What is the point, the meaning of life? Well, the Kabbalah, Christianity, Buddhism, Hinduism, Islam, all the scriptures of the world say, love. Love is the essence of life. Love is the giving of oneself to another. Love is the making a space within your heart and life for God and other people. You need to make room for God to move in and live in you, in your heart. A lot of people want beautiful experiences, but no room. Rabbi Aaron says, love has two main components, in his view, kindness and justice. Two ideals we labor to learn. Kindness is giving of yourself. It is saying, what is mine is yours. Without conditions or qualifications, what is mine is yours. Kindness. Justice is respecting the other person, his or her individuality, his or her positions and possessions. So many try to love without justice and respect. We try to love without kindness, without giving the other person a big space to be himself or herself. If you want them in your life, you have to make room for them. You have to give them the kindness to share your life with theirs. That involves space and justice and respect. I'm not going to want you to be a different person. I'm going to appreciate the person you are and make room for you. In marriages and many close relationships, the assumption which causes so much strife and divorce is, and I'm quoting the rabbi here, what is mine is yours and what is yours is mine. Both feel cramped and frustrated. But you bring in justice. Justice in true love brings a different paradigm and different way of living. Okay, so the first view is, what is mine is yours, and what is yours is mine. Isn't it? Isn't that the way most people think? Okay. So he makes this point. This new way of living, what is mine is yours. I'm giving you what I have. But what is yours to give, if you wish. I'm not requiring you to be a different person because I love you and because you're in my house, or our house. What is mine is yours. What is yours to give if you wish. That's love. It's up to you what you choose, what you wish to give me. I do not close down and reduce the space in which you live in my heart and life. Isn't this beautiful? You can be you, as different from me as you are, and I will maintain a space of love and honoring and cherishing and justice in my heart, in my thoughts and daily life. You can be you. I want you to be you. So too with God and yoga. It involves opening, giving room to God and yoga, and letting God be God and yoga be yoga. Our mind is not capable of, our mind's ignorant of spirit. Our mind doesn't understand these things that it's about to receive that are so wonderful and magnificent and holy. It's fascinating. Letting go of self-centeredness. I'm making room. Practicing kindness. I'm giving of myself. Practicing justice. Be yourself. Dear person, dear God, dear yoga, be yourself. You decide and choose what you wish to give me. You decide whether I'll ever have samadhi and be absorbed in spirit or not. You decide. And you decide when I'm ready. I want it now, but you decide. Practicing justice, practicing kindness. Let us love one another and learn the ways of kindness and justice. In our doing this, we create a world that can receive the gift of love. So in your life, what are you making room for? What do you want? Whatever you want, you'll need to make room for it. Bless you.